some projects like big, small, all of those kinds of projects are there. Web dev, Android, ML, and other projects are there. And they get like mentorship from the organization. They get good networking skill. They learn a lot of things. And best part again, they get very handsome stipend too. So the website is given. You can check the website. The program for 2023 GSOC is there. I mean, in general, the brief is to there will be for you guys, like for the contributor, the form will open around let's say March or something. You will put up your proposal, and then it will start. So this process I will in the upcoming slide will explain a bit more in details. And yeah, one more thing. Again, it's not an internship; it's an event. For example, your college has different events and all. It's like that. You get to learn a lot of skills. You don't. Again, one more thing. You don't get an internship at Google. It's not an internship. It's not even a job, and it's not something that will help. That will directly help you to get into job at Google. It's not an internship. It's a program. How like hackathons are there. You just participate. If you win, you get good money, good like experience and all. It's like that. And again, one more thing, it's not a competition. It's not like you have to study. Like I have seen people where they say crack Google also. That's not something like that is very useful. It's like you learn a lot during the process. It's not whether you get selected or not. That's not the main. You get to learn a lot. Hopefully, in coming slide, I will explain a bit more about. So yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, coming to open source and all, I guess everyone knows about open source. It's basically where software are put in public where anyone can contribute and use it. So that's open source. And in open source, Google Summer of Code is one of the most grand event that happens around summer of like during our curriculum, like summer, March, April, May, June, July. Coming to its benefit, okay, benefit again, people have a lot different other like they have predetermined mindset over benefits of GSOC and all. It will get a job at Google. That's not the case. Benefits, according to me, when I have done it and other I have seen other people, I have my seniors do it. What benefit they say? You get real life software development experience. So what is that? Many of you might have tried learning software development or did some project on it. But in GSOC, what you get is you help develop software that are like industry level. For example, you might know React. So that React is there in Google. Just imagine your code getting merged into React framework and people using it. You people like any other using it. So that's there. Then you get to learn skills and best practices. Again, for this, anyone can learn. Like most of people can C++ or Java. But here you learn C++ Java, how to use a project, how to use your C++ knowledge in an existing project that is used by like thousands of people. That is there. The most important benefit that you get for GSOC is networking with the best of the best in the world. Okay, I'll explain how it is. There are literally like 4,000 people applied for last year, 4,000 people applied for them all over the world, and just 1,000 people got in. So imagine out of all the world, you are among the 1,000 people. I was one of the 1,000 people. And we have like again Slack channels, WhatsApp, Telegram groups, and all. And these are like the best in the field. Imagine talking to with them. Your peer will be very good. And again, I now see GSOC period is now what that group is full. Some of them have startups, some of them want a job, and then some of them want to pursue some other thing. So we'll help each other, help other people, help you guys, juniors, and all. That's networking. That's like to get the cream of the software field among in GSOC. Okay, and then the fourth point, did say you don't get job at Google or anything directly, but indirectly, obviously, GSOC that. Okay, that fifth tag again. Fifth point, that GSOC tag. The tag is really important. You don't directly get anything, but yeah, that tag itself. When you write Google Summer of Code contributor here or like some or something, when any recruiter sees you, he'll be like, okay, this guy knows development, rest all is fine. Rest all will check. He won't doubt your development skill. Getting selected among 1,000 people, top 1,000 people in the world, that's a very big deal. In terms of, I mean, just you won't believe, even during my interviews, I just said, okay, I'm going somewhere code. That person directly asked me, okay, do you want to work for internship or job? This was the case. So that's one of the benefits. And coming to the last point, the stipend money. Okay, I mean, for most of us from India, like I think all of us from India, The stipend money you get is like $15 for medium size project. That is translated to 1.4 lakhs, or $3,000 for large project. That is like 2.4 lakhs. That amount in second year, third year, you're working for like 2, 3 months. That is really very handsome. I mean, that's really handsome. You can get like just imagine 2.4 getting like. You don't believe when I said to my parents, okay, Papa, I got this GSOC, I'll get this is money. He was not believing. He said it is some scam or something. So this is there. Any questions you guys have? You can all put in the group. I mean, I told about GSOC and then benefits. I will be next. I will be going with the how to apply and all. But even before that, if you guys have any doubt, you can ask. So,
So yeah, so we got questions in the chat box as well as the registered questions. So let's clear
yeah.
the doubts in the chat box first. So
Hmm.
Pragya Gupta, she asked, "I'm a
Hmm.
noob in development. Can I still make it to GSOC?"
Okay, Pragai, the same thing. Many people have this doubt. Again, you are noob right now, but to be very honest, three skills you have to have before applying for even applying for GSOC. First is you should know at least one tech stack, Android development, web development, anything that you should know. I mean, a little bit of it. It's not like I just know C++, I can go to MPG. No, that's very rare. That's very less common. I mean, this is reality. So even before getting the GSOC, just try to learn web development, Android development. There are courses. There are a lot of things. Even Befikra community, we see a lot of resources. You can ask any one of us. They'll be there. Join Befikra community if you want some research. Yeah, a lot of. Then second thing, you need knowledge of very good knowledge of Git and GitHub. So again, people who are watching this, you can better write it down. At least knowledge of at least one tech stack and knowledge of Git and GitHub. How Git works, how GitHub works, pull request, PR, and all that. You can go to YouTube, you can search, and you'll find a lot of resources. Right? Like this is not something I have to tell, but these two things you have to know. And again, when you do that thing, after that there is some process involved how to get into visa. Can you mute your mic, please? Hello.
Vaibhavi, can you please mute your mic?
Okay, yeah, thanks. No, he's not still muted. Aditya, can you mute him? I mean, you might have.
Vaibhavi, can you please mute your mic? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, voice is not clear.
Also, we
Skills,
are
again,
live on YouTube as well. I
yeah,
am dropping the
skills.
link.
Skills basically again to sum up it, you need working knowledge of Git and GitHub and a knowledge of at least one tech stack, like web development, Android development, whatever in the domain you want to contribute to. For example, machine learning anything, you have to know. Yeah, Aditya, people are asking to make it full screen, the PPT. So can you please do it?
What?
They're asking to make the PPT full screen.
So full
Okay,
screen.
okay.
Yeah, you can click on slideshow button. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, Pragya, I think I answered your doubt. Many of you guys have same doubt. Like I'm very beginner in that. But even if you're a beginner, you have to learn these two things: Git or GitHub and one tech stack. How much knowledge? That depends. I will come to that again. I will explain about more. So yeah. Yeah, Aditya, can you? Yeah, we'll share the PPT link. Aditya, can you go to the next slide? Yeah, I'll be answering. I'll be answering all these. Aditya, can you go to the next slide, please?
Aditya, sir, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I got many questions. I know knowledge, how much knowledge I do I need. I'll explain about it more in these two slides. So first of all, you need this is I guess the second slide. This is not first slide. Can you go previous slide? Yeah. Okay. This slide. Yeah. So guys, some of you say like first year, second year round that will come. First of all, again, learn Git and GitHub. That is very important. Go to YouTube, go to Google, type learn Git and GitHub. Within 1 or 2 days, you learn. If you want some resources, just join the waiting group. We will share the resources after this meet. Then knowledge of one tech stack. For example, any like open source project, there might be an Android web development, but you need to have like a working knowledge of those tech stacks. So that is the this is like the reason I have put this as important, both of these. So this you have to this is a kind of a prerequisite to get into Go Summer Code open source. Okay. Then coming to the third point, see, when you learn, let's say I was Android developer, I learned Flutter and all. When I was trying to get into GSOC, I was searching, okay, which Flutter project are there in the Google Summer of Code. There is a website given, there is screenshot also given. So basically, you go to Google Summer of website, go for the organization, in search bar, type Flutter. That part is very important. Type Flutter. You'll get like 5, 6 organizations with Flutter that uses Flutter technology. For example, my organization C6 Flutter, then a lot of the Zulip and all. Like there are a lot of. You open the page, WhatsApp. This not WhatsApp. It's actually Google Sort of page for that org. You'll get the tech stack which they use. For example, they might use Flutter, Firebase, and Rust. They might use Flutter and .native and web, let's say JavaScript. You will find all the details just within 2 clicks. Then it might be possible that you know Flutter, but you have to learn other skills. So again, this is like continuation of the second point. You have to know not just one like Flutter or React. And sometimes you have to learn multiple skills. But again, that's very like when I started, I just knew Flutter. So Firebase, I didn't know. You can learn on the go itself. Okay, coming to the fourth point, you can. This is not a like see first 3, 4 points are not about exactly these. Okay, this is about open source. GSOC is kind of, to be very frank, has become a bit like hype up in the sense it is very not competitive exactly, but many people try to participate directly in GSOC. What I would suggest or what I did was I participated in Hacktoberfest. Again, Hacktoberfest is trust me the best beginner friendly open source event. Even if you like it's all no overall no, right now, but people who have participated they might have got a lot of participants. And not just Hacktoberfest, there are college events also. Like for example, my college hosts Data Winter Code. There is a K-Walk, Kharagpur Winter of Code. A lot of other colleges host their own Winter of Code kind of program. Just Google open source programs in Indian colleges or like open source programs. So you'll find a lot of this uh, open source program. Like they're kind of mini GSOC, but again, it happens right on. Like my college, they started from November 15. Most of college they start in winter only because again it's serve the participation like to train people for Google Summer of Code. Participate there again. It's like a hackathon. If not participate, it's very beginner friendly. The thing is where you can directly interact with mentors and all. Participate there, get some of the like open source experience, like get your first PR merge in like get your like how to make proposal and all. Again, the reason I'm saying this is people directly think to go for directly with GSOC. I want to participate in GSOC. But just try to learn like these skills. These are very like very easy and people can learn a lot of skills. You get to interact and all. Coming to again GSOC, I said before there is a website given which is someone of code which is google.com. There go to that website. Within 2 clicks you can find any organization with your tech stack. For example, you know Flutter, type Flutter. If you know machine learning, type machine learning. Search machine learning that. If you know, let's say just C++, just type C++. You'll get some of the organization which uses that particular tech stack. Open their website given and GitHub pages and all here. You can just go through that. Okay, now coming to the important part, that is kind of the thing which I'm saying now that anyone can do. You can do right now. You can go to the website and just open the organization page. The important thing now, how GSOC is different. The organization which are there generally they are quite old and quite old in the sense like they're quite mature. So suppose I'm a first year, second year, someone asks this question also. I'm a first year, I don't know. What you do again, these organizations like people who are beginner, who are fresh and who want to contribute. There will be Slack or Discord channel given. Join that channel. And there will be a call. Yeah, Aditya, can you go to next slide? Join that Slack channel and there will be a beginner friendly or help wanted out like introduction kind of channel given in that their channel. Just say your name, okay? Do it. Say your name. And then there's this. I know React Flutter or this, and I want to contribute to this project. This part is very important. Just join the channel, like a conversation channel, and say this thing. You won't believe the organization itself. They want people like you who are passionate to contribute. So just you put that message, there will be within 1 or 2. Be patient, 1 or 2 days. There will be someone messaging to you. Okay, welcome to the community. This happens for all the organizations. Everything will be like there in this Slack channel. They'll say, okay, welcome to the organization. If you want to contribute, they'll list out some resources. Again, this part is important. Why? Because when you started, you just knew Flutter. For example, I started Flutter. When I went to my organization and said, okay, I want to contribute, they gave me, okay, bro, you have to learn Firebase and all, and they said this. Right. So again, spend some time on it. Try to learn a little bit of that. Again, this part takes around 1 or 2 weeks. So it's again not just you think to participate in Goals Code, you'll get the first guys. Uh, Try to learn resources. Again, that resources will be sent by your mentor. So that will be very special to the organization. The organization will save time. So someone said, I just know C++, how to contribute. So basically, you know C++, you search for C++ project, but there they will tell, okay, not just C++, learn Rust also. So again, you get the resource from there and try to learn. So this process you do. Then coming to that, again, they'll also list out something called, when people are familiar with GitHub, they'll know, there's something called good first issues or help wanted issues. So what are they? These are when suppose there's some, let's say example of Mozilla or VLC or React, Python, all of there are equal number of code. You go there, you'll say, see the repo, there'll be like how many? 10,000, 15,000 working on that. There are quite experienced, like people with experience of 10 years, 15 years working on it. So how you as a first year, second year, or third year student will, so there's something called labels. These organizations have something, some issues in the sense, issues are something that you solve, like you code and like solve. That are tagged. Tagged means there will be label attached to it, good for issues or help wanted. So your job before getting into Google code or open source is you can't solve like very complex stuff. You can solve these issues. Look, you can filter it. Look for all good for issues. There, what you do, you just try to spend some 1 or 2 day or like some more time or looking what is the issue, what is the problem. Again, these last two processes are quite intensive. This you have to spend at least 1 or 2 weeks, like choosing or interacting with them, like getting started and all, reading and all, getting the first issue or help wanted thing. So you have to see some issues where which you can solve. For example, when the first issue which I solved, there was this app. It was not showing like there was a problem with the iOS screens and all. They recently ported into iOS. So what I did, there was issue to solve the screen issue for iOS. I went to their GitHub thing, GitHub repo, saw that issue. I was like searching on Google how can I solve it. So what you do there in that issue page, you just say, oh, can you assign it to me? I want to solve this issue. Again, this is something you should know when you learn GitHub and all. There will be issues, comment section and all, communication. And all. There you go. So what happened? There will be some mentors or community. Not exactly mentor. Mentor you will get after Jesus. There will be community. When you join the Slack channel, there will be other channels where there will be other people like you, people who are like previous GSOC like me, for example, or people who are like very experienced. They will be there. They will be very good to help you. So you interact with there. You can say, okay, I want to solve this issue. How can you help me? Again, the other thing is, again, it's happening in online mode. So be very polite and be very patient. There are people who are very experienced in they want to help you, but again, don't be very like. I've seen people who just spam it or something. Don't spam it, and again, be very patient. If they don't reply, just put a reminder message or something after look to change. This should they do. So your aim again to submit us. Your aim right now till application that is till around March of 2023 is to search for organization, join their community, see all the resources which they have, and try to contribute for the good first issue or like the help wanted issue,
Have
and
I
interact with
have to
mentor and
switch
all.
the slide?
No, don't switch. Don't switch.
Hello,
Go back.
Akash.
Yeah, you don't have to switch that now. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, you don't have to switch the slide. Yeah. I mean, this is till March, around when the application period starts. So till now, anyone have any question they can ask? There's a lot of questions to ask.
Definitely. So there are a lot of questions asked by the students in the comment section.
Better I'll check with myself and answer the important ones.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Hassan
Yeah.
asked,
Which screen, Akash? This one?
no, previous one.
That one?
Hmm. Okay, Aman asked a very important question. He searched for the organization and they have very good bigger software. That's the thing. Because again, Aman, I said the same thing. Again, you as a beginner won't be able to solve all the like complex stuff around. So what do? You look for the help. Good for this with that label in their GitHub pages. You get the thing which you can solve. Again, these are very basic from solving documentation or adding some text buttons or like that. Okay, then can we Pilza, I guess I pronounced that name right. Can we participate in other colleges open source program? Yes, definitely. I would even recommend to participate in other colleges open source program. Like there are even my college hosts some Delta Winter Code, Kharagpur Winter Code. There is IIT Patna, and then IIT got to host a competition. And IIT Surat. You just Google it, you'll get a lot of. Then again, she asked a question. I couldn't participate in Hackathon. What are the other program? Again, same. You can search Google. You'll get a lot of other. Harshit asked, Harshit asked an important question. How can I master multiple languages in short duration? Yes, I have completed Hackathon. Again, Harshit, you don't have to master anything. Even I haven't mastered anything till now. None of people have mastered. And again, in short duration, no, dude. Like you have to spend some time. That is that. My primary language is Java. How much in depth should I know about Java and DSO concept? So, again, if you know Java very well, you can start contributing. How to choose which language should learn as web dev for GSOC? Again, web dev in itself has JavaScript. There are other frameworks, so you don't exactly need a language or anything. Like I can't recommend a single language. It depends on the tech stack you're preferring. How can we crack GSOC in first year? You can. It doesn't depend on whether it's first year. There are people like who participated and got in first year. So that's not something like depends on your year or anything. What are the project we can make? I guess yeah, this is it. If you guys have any more questions, you can put right now. I can answer it. What are skill sets? Skill set again, dude. It depends on the project which you are choosing. If you are going for a machine learning project, you should know machine learning units. What do you say? Frameworks there are like I mean, the frameworks in machine learning and all. Suppose you're learning Android development, then you must know Android development. Or maybe let's suppose they're using Flutter, you must know Flutter. Again, it's not like you must know everything. You must know like know a little like have some skill in that. You're beginner, yeah, fine, no issue. You learn at least one tech stack. That's something that is required even before getting into GSOC. That's up to you. If you don't know anything, try to learn web dev, Android dev, or whatever you like. Then you start looking for GSOC and all. A month stack, yeah, definitely. Why not? There are a lot of things. How to select org? Again, Aditya, your question: how to select org and how to get in touch with them before you selecting org? Go to the website. There will be Discord channel and Slack channel. How to get in touch? Again, there's channel. That is the best. I think questions are done. Yeah, we
So,
can proceed.
one important question I guess was missed from Aman. He says that I searched for organizations and they have very good and bigger softwares. And can we choose any of the, sorry, there is a, yeah.
Yeah.
He asked, can we choose any organization just by finding their concept interesting? Because we then have to learn the skill.
Uh, I mean, it depends. See, if you're starting right now, you have a lot of time. So suppose you like, let's say, there my friend he got into this CERN project. That's basically about astrophysics and all. If you're starting right now, you can obviously learn astrophysics as well as physics and then the development part. But if you're starting late, then you have to choose something that you are comfortable with. So it depends on your interest, your skill set. It's not something conceptual or anything. Yeah. Shweta said, "Can you please?" Okay, yeah, this part is very important. Each these are all they have their Slack channel or Discord channel open. So when you go to there, you have to join that, and then you have to introduce yourself. There will be a lot of mentor helping you with the getting started and all.
So I just wanted to add one thing on Discord.
Yeah.
Discord is a software where we can have meetings, we can have sessions, and as well
Mm.
as you'll find a lot of conceptual things over there, and things are more organized there. So you can download Discord as well as you can sign up for that and connect
Mm.
with the Befikra Discord. This sir has just shared.
Mm. Yeah, until the previous slide, actually. I didn't cover it fully. Previous. No, even before that. Yep. No, not this. Yeah, previous than this.
We have only these slides, I guess.
Yeah, after this slide. Yep. No, the second part of how to get started. The second page. Hello, am I
Hmm.
audible?
Have to click somewhere?
No. Go to the previous slide. The second page of how to get started.
This one.
Yeah. Okay, so the process I explained till now, I will sum it up again. First of all, you have to learn Git and GitHub. That is must. One tech stack, like Android development, web development, that you have to learn before. It's not something you have to do during the talk. Then what you have to do? Go to the GSOC website itself. There will be organization listed. Search for your preferred tech stack. For example, let's say React. Search for React. There will be project listed with which user tech stack and React. Choose whatever you like. There will be 5, 6 or maybe more. Join their Discord or Slack channel, and you introduce yourself with your skill set. For example, I am Akash Jaiswal. I know Flutter, React, and Python only. And I want to contribute in this project. This is how you should. Then there will be some resources there. Go through that and keep checking their repos, like GitHub issues, for the good for issues and help wanted. There will be label assigned to that and interact with mentor and community and like even anything. Like for example, you might have like facing difficult or anything. You can ask in the group in the community that is open for anyone. And please don't spam it. I've seen people spamming it. It's not. There are people who are working on it. Be very polite and be very presentful. Then okay, yeah. After this process is till March, like, before the application period of for GSOC opens. After that, I'm coming to the next phase of GSOC and all. Uh, I guess the timeline is there in the website. You can take the timeline. So in March, you have to submit the proposal, a very detailed proposal. So for the proposal, what you have to do, maybe you might have contributed 2, 3 PR month, or maybe might have started. So in proposal, that is a document that is submitted in the Google website for that is used for your evaluation. So for that proposal, I'll just explain in the next slide there how to make proposal. So proposal is a document that you submit for getting into GSOC. It's like in college you might have letter of recommendation like that. For that making proposal, check for like past GSOC project and start making your proposal. I mean, see, for example, if you are applying for 2023, the same org might be there in 2022. So check their project, which project got accepted, how was their proposal and all, and then start making a proposal. That and like each person can submit up to 3 proposals. So in the website, in Google website, so try to submit at least two proposals of different. So your chance of getting selected is increased 2 or 3, and make sure you submit before before the deadline. This part is very important. Personally, you won't believe I forgot to submit my proposal. I submitted after the deadline. So make sure you don't do that mistake. Submit before the deadline and like, verify and everything. And yeah, last is important. Again, I'll explain about open source more in the coming slide. Open source is not just about Google Summer School or anything. It's open source like really very good for community and its effect is very large. Even if you don't get selected, keep open sourcing. There are other events. There are a lot of better events in the world. So keep doing it. Again, here what I feel in India, like GSOC again, it's kind of hyped up in the sense. the tag is like IIT tag or like that. It is given, but trust me, GSOC in itself is not that big until unless you keep contributing or like keep doing open source. And there are very good other events too. I'll come to that, so don't worry. So the point being, even if you don't get selected or not, keep doing open source, keep contributing to it. Again, it will be very beneficial for you at plan. I'll explain how it is very beneficial in the coming slide. So yeah, next slide, please.
So before the next slide, there is an important question asked from Arjun. He
Yeah.
asks, "Sir, can we have multiple proposals to numerous organizations?"
Yep, yep. You can have. I mean, last year you can have at max 3 projects, and I even recommend making at least two because again, see, once there are other factors involved in this system. So if you don't get selected one, second you might get selected. So it is recommended. Even Google recommends to submit at least two or three. Three is maximum. If you just submit one, so your entire luck depends on just one organization to get selected or not. So yeah, definitely you should more. You should submit more than one proposal. Okay, coming to the important part, making proposal. This part really like needs the time. The first again in GSOC timeline, the thing which matters most is first of all choosing organization and starting. Getting started is tough. That is something you have to spend time. And the second part where you spend a lot of time is making proposal. So what is proposal? Proposal, most of you might already know, it's like a detailed document, a written document that is submitted in the Google Summer of Code website for review, and you are selected or not selected based on that. Again, there is a link given. You can see a lot of proposals that are submitted as 2021, 2020. I also have put the link of my proposal which I submitted and we got accepted. The proposal in what you do, it will be about you and about the project. For example, you will introduce yourself, you tell info about yourself, what are your skills and all, and then coming to the project. For example, my project was to develop a app similar to Google. So how proposal important? In proposal, you will by week or at least 2 weeks timeline, you will explain how you are going to do it. It's very detailed, it's very planned, and it involves a lot of technical knowledge. For example, if you see my proposal, it's there, or even proposal even there will be like a lot of, for example, if you let's say you want to implement like my app involve implementing a call feature. So I exactly have to stay with the I will use Android telephony like services and background services to implement. And you have to give like there's something called milestone, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, where you will explain to the mentor how you'll be working or spending time during the GSOC period, how what feature you'll be doing at what time and what will be the train of that. Again, this part is very important. You yourself have to explain after getting selected into GSOC how you'll be working on and what are the features and when you will be doing that. For example, my was there for 3 weeks. I will explain. Okay, I will be first 3 weeks I'll be using for getting the UI and Figma and all. Second week I'll implement the basic button features and third week I implement notification features. So proposal again, this part is very important. Make it very detailed. Make it very technical details and involve like not exactly each week, but yeah, 2 week or 3 week. You will say, okay, this 3 week you have to be very specific. This 3 week from this 22nd July to 24th July, I will do this. So this part is there. Add about you as I told about you, your skills. For example, you know Flutter, React, and all. You might have learned this. Or let's also you say you're beginner in DevOps. So that also you can mention. Then your past open source contribution. Okay, here what you will do, you might have contributed something to the project or any other then again what project you're doing on time uh this proposal are you can you open please. Is it okay? Aditya, can you open the no, no, no. Uh,
Yes, Akash. Which one?
My proposal, there is a link, right? Proposal.
Okay.
The same page itself, making proposal.
Apple link?
You can open.
Is it
Yeah,
visible?
yeah. Uh, yep, that's what.
Okay.
Uh, just have this link in the chat as well. Just refresh it. You'll get. So yeah, you can anyone share this link in the chat? Yeah, okay. So guys, this is the proposal which I made. So basically, yeah, scroll down. First C6 tractor, it's the name of project.
Yeah.
Yeah, about me, my name, everything and all details. Then abstract. Yes, keep scrolling. Then goals. See, here is important. Like in abstract, you tell brief about the project. Goals, what will be there. For example, you making UI notification and all. Quick tiles, CI, CD. I mean, again, this is very technical details. You'll get to know when you learn all the skill set that is required. Yes, scroll down. Yeah, this is the important part, implementation. This is where you will put the time. Notice I have put the exact date, April 19 to May 20. Just scroll down. Yeah, Aditya, can you please scroll down. Yeah, for me,
So,
next milestone one. I have exactly put the date and what I'll be doing in that during that period. So this is about the proposal. I mean, you can see it how it is. It is supposed to be very detailed amount, include all the details, all about you, the project, and what you're going to do. And it is shared. The link is shared in the group. You can download it and see like the whole period. This is the amount of like detailing you want in your proposal. Yeah, this others can you switch to the PPT itself. So
which one?
switch to the PPT.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. When you make a proposal, then how do you ensure it is good? What do? You can put while working. You have some mentor in the Discord or Slack channel. You can ask him. You can DM him. Okay, Anna, like bro, I have this proposal. Can you verify it? Believe me, most of them are very good, very decent, very kind. They will even help you to make your proposal right. And then trust me, the first proposal you make and the proposal you submit, that should be very different. When I made my proposal, I took that proposal to my senior. He suggested like 100, 200 changes. Like I have to make this image right, I have to put this detailing. Even you can see in the photo, I have put the screenshot and everything. So that also he suggests. So this part is very important. When you make the first draft, again, you being very inexperienced, you will have some lot of lack some of the detailing. So you can verify and re-verify with the mentor. You just send DM him. This is my proposal. Can you suggest some changes? Even you can suggest LinkedIn also. You can DM any of the like past GSOC. They will be very happy to like suggest some changes to you. And he might suggest you some changes. Do it, complete it, and everything will be. Then again submit it before the deadline. That is like around March or something. So make sure you submit before the deadline, and everything you have in proposal, all the proposal, everything that you keep it safe somewhere like in Google Drive or something. So that's about making proposal. Yeah. Any question? Any of you guys have for proposal and visa and till now?
Yeah, if anyone has any question, they can mention, and we are tracking all the questions. So by this end of the session, you'll all be cleared. And also, if anyone has any suggestions related to the session, they can also mention that. So
Manmeet has some question. How to create a proposal? I guess I covered it. Do you have to suggest the project to work upon? Okay, again, depends. Most of the time, the project will be given by org. You have to make a proposal where you will contribute. That is there. Then no, Nirachana asked me, will the reports have any labels at GSOC? No, this is not Hacktoberfest. This is GSOC. There won't be any GSOC tag or anything. You'll have some, maybe like in channel, they will say, okay, this is for GSOC and all. What should be format? Again, doc format or PDF. Can we get just PPT? Yeah, PPT guys will share. Don't worry, all with all the links. Yeah, these are the questions. Any other questions we have? If we submit a project in GSOC project, can we submit a no, you don't submit a project. You submit a proposal. Project is something that you will make after GSOC. So I don't think you can submit it any other open source program. What is the committee where we can ask our doubts and then yeah, again, it depends on the org. Just go to the website of the organization. You will get there will be a Slack channel or a Discord server. Depends. LK, sir, as a Java developer, what type of tech stack is better for us? Again, you know Java developer, so Android is good. Kotlin is kind of similar to Java, then Python and all. Even for backend, we use Spring Boot and all, so that also covers under Java. Yeah, that is that. So there is how to apply for GitHub. So that's what we are covering right now. Any other question you guys have? I don't think you have any
LK
questions.
asked,
So yeah,
yeah, as a Java developer, which type of tech stack is better for a fresher?
for that, yeah, I said like Android because it uses Java or Kotlin, that is kind of similar. Or even backend like Spring Boot and all, they use Java, so that's good.
So some people are confused about what to prefer, like Kotlin or Flutter. So can you explain the basic difference between both the tech stack?
Okay, yeah, coming to that again, it's not Kotlin or Flutter. It's why not both? Because again, there will be some project that will be there in JSOC for that uses Kotlin. There will be some project, for example, my known was Flutter. So if you know both, they will be good. If you know just one, search for Kotlin project. It's not for Android. Again, Android, if you know Kotlin or Flutter, any one of them is good. But you know both, like that is great. And it's not like Kotlin or Flutter. Whatever you are more comfortable with. Fine. Any suggestion or opportunities for UI design research and research? React, graphic design. Graphic designing, I'm not sure you can get into GSOC, but yeah, React obviously there are a lot. So, so I mean, graphic design, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, there is one. Yeah, for you, there is 1 hour called processing. So it's basically deals with graphic designing in like web development. I will write the name of all. You check that processing or there, I guess you can contribute. Just to go Google, Google someone for processing or they deal with graphic design. And yeah, I guess you asked a very good question. Some of you are not entirely coders. For example, like not everyone is like from computer science or anything. So even guys, if you want to do project which are not just like, entirely related to coding, like you don't know to web developer or developer, there are a lot of different projects. There is a Sun. Sun is a very big organization from Europe that deals with nuclear science and all. So one of my friend, he was interested in physics as well as some little bit of development. So he went with that project. So you can even similar, you can go with something that is aligned to you. For example, some of people go for like designing and then like this kind of software. There are projects with related to music and all. There are people who are not even BTech, who are not even engineering. They're like MBBS and all. So there are some organizations like medical organizations are there. For example, there is some genome sequence and all. These organizations are there. So if you have that knowledge and that interest, you can even pursue that again. So that is even beneficial because again, there are many web developers or Android developers, but these people are very less. So there you get like better chance. Man, yeah, definitely you can ask, and again, immediately means you can put in the group. Don't DM unnecessary and all. Yeah, that's that. So yeah, I guess he asked a very good question. Yeah, if you don't know, like, if you know other things, like for example, physics, engineering, mathematics. One of my junior, like from second year, he was very interested in like the foods and all. So he got into organization which deal with database of food. Like it's basically Wikipedia of food. So yeah, that's also there. You can even combine multiple skills knowledge in these. Yep. Okay. Next slide, Aditya.
Okay.
Sir, yeah, definitely you can. I mean, again, this is quite early. That's why we are doing this. Okay, guys, this is about the GSOC. I guess I answered most of the question about the GSOC and all, how to apply, making proposal. We have a specific slide. How to apply again till March. You have to go into committee and all, and then I start asking out, start learning the skills, and like start solving their beginner friendly issues. That is important. You can't solve the complex one, but you can solve the beginner friendly one. Now, this slide is specifically about open source in general. This is very important again because many people think, okay, GSOC is the only open source program. No, this is not. Open source is not just about GSOC. GSOC is a very tiny part of open source. Open source in general is like, you won't believe how it impacts. The apps you use, the most of the services you use, that has some part of open source involved. For example, Mozilla and Android open system, then VLCs, React, the framework you use, that itself is in GSOC. So even you can contribute to that. There are science projects, there are math projects, lot of different projects. And again, GSOC is not the only thing. Again, you might know Hacktoberfest and all. There is even better. There are good like MLH Fellowship is there in open source. LFX mentorship is there. Microsoft also have a machine learning open source program. There is a thing called Summer of Bitcoin. I guess it was launched last year only. Again, people who are interested in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, they can do that. The point here I'm putting is again, GSOC is not the only open source thing. There are a lot other and specific also where you can contribute and you can like have very good experience and all. So don't keep your mind fine just to do so. Again, I know it's kind of hyped up. It's people. There are very juniors. My juniors come to me and ask, "I want to get into GSOC." No, you want to get into open source. So GSOC is one of the way, one of the best way you can say. But there are other ways also. LFX mentors, so I'm not follow on Facebook also have their own program. And open source in general, I said GSOC is very tiny part of it. Open source is more about collaboration, networking. On. You get because you won't believe when I participated in my org, the person who was mentoring, he one is from like there was two mentors. One is from third year from IT data or something. Then one mentor was he was like 15-year experience. Just imagine in your college in your third year, you get mentored by someone who is like 15 years experience of industry. And you can like we had meets and all fun session and everything. So imagine that experience versus what you have experienced in your college or like making projects and all. So GSOC, that's why GSOC is better. It's not about the money or time. The networking, the collaboration skill that you learn, that is way bigger than what any other programs have. Again, coming to the 4 point, very important. I guess most of you are interested in that internship and job opportunities. So one thing I would make it very clear: GSOC is not an intern. It's not an intern at Google. It's not something that you work at Google. No, you don't work at Google. It's a program by Google. It's like what Google does to help open source. You work at your organization. You won't get any job opportunity at Google directly. But yeah, coming to that, if suppose you have a GSOC in your resume, that tag definitely helps a lot in other opportunities. Even if you're applying for other companies, uh, you get help. I mean, people trust you. Okay, this guy competed in a very good open source event. He has completed it, and this guy is very good in development. So that tag help really a lot in getting your interviews and all. One personal experience which I want to share. In my college, I'm not from computer science. I'm from civil department. So I had Microsoft interviews and all. Then Oracle came for interview. So I gave like online test and all. There was a 3 round interview. Then it happened. So most of you know there is a DSA round asked in most of the interview. Uh, the out of the 3 interviews, the first was DSA round. Second, normally it happens. Second and first and second, all of them are DSA. So that there was a ma'am sitting there. She opened my resume. She got stuck at GSOC. That second thing, it was there in my resume. Immediately after that, she didn't ask me any DSA question, any technical question. It directly turned into a HR question, where like other things about my hobbies and all this, about my tech stack and all. So that's the advantage what GSOC has. People trust you. Okay, you know development. You have done very good work. You know that too in open source. You have collaborated with people who are very experienced. You have done something. So that helps a lot. It really helps on while applying for job or internship. I think. Fifth point again, this is something what we are doing right now. Again, when I was beginner like you, just okay, trust me, guys. Just 1 year back, I was the same guy which you are right now, watching some YouTube video or watching someone session who had done GSOC, and I was very amazed like how this person has worked so very hard and all. So that's there. Next year you might be at same position. You might be giving a lecture in some college or something, a seminar in some college, or maybe getting a video. So even in general, whatever learn, try to help other students around you because that's the motive behind open source. Open source is about collaboration and networking, not about exactly about it. Just to get my name on. And again, There's no standard book. Again, what till now, unfortunately, we have been for is according to like traditional education system, we get a book. Okay, read this book, you will pass exam. Or read this specific set of questions, you will get exam. Again, life doesn't go same after this. Most of people which I have seen. Here again, it's more about exploration. It's not like I can say you this do this same thing, you'll get in GSOC. No, explore, but everyone is different. I got into Flutter. Some my friend got into science project, a science that space organized in GSOC. One of them got into food project. You might get into some, let's say, machine learning project. So everyone has different path. And suppose I follow this path, it doesn't mean you have to follow this path. Again, it's just more on exploring, just to Google a lot of stuff and learn more about, I mean, watch videos which are like really informative. And yeah, avoid clickbaity things. And before GSOC, you'll get a lot of this crack GSOC in 20 days study like that. People have turned into like another J or board exam. It's not like that. Here, think of something that you like doing and you're interested in. Again, you don't have to have do it. If you like, the whole process, then go for open source, go for GSOC, go for other USNL. And again, if you want to know more, learn more, again, I was kind of supposed to do is join our community as well. We share a lot of resources and all. We share a lot of open source. Even